Before 1911, the painting behind me wasn't a global phenomenon. It wasn't a pop culture icon, and it certainly didn't have a line of thousands of tourists waiting 3 hours just to look at it for 30 seconds. In fact, it was just another painting in the Louvre, routinely ignored by the public. But within 24 hours, a bizarre twist of fate would turn this modest Renaissance portrait into the most famous piece of art on planet Earth. And no, it wasn't because of Leonardo da Vinci's genius. It was because of a regular guy, a broom closet, and arguably the most hilariously incompetent heist in human history. How did a broke Italian handyman walk out of the world's biggest museum with a priceless masterpiece under his arm? And more importantly, how did losing the painting make it immortal? Let's unfold the heist that literally invented the Mona Lisa. It's Sunday, August 20th, 1911. Paris is at the height of the Belle Époque. The Louvre is the grandest museum in the world, holding hundreds of thousands of treasures. But its security? Complete theater. To guard this massive labyrinth of art, the museum employed less than 150 overnight guards. They weren't armed, they frequently fell asleep, and a few of them even took tips from visitors to look the other way. Enter our protagonist, Vincenzo Peruggia, a 29-year-old Italian immigrant, a house painter, and a mirror fitter. And, ironically, he was recently hired by the Louvre to build protective glass cases for the paintings, including the Mona Lisa. Peruggia knew the museum's schedule inside out. He knew when guards took their smoke breaks, which doors stayed unlocked, and exactly where to hide. On Sunday night, he slipped into the museum, found a cramped broom closet, and waited for the lights to go out. Nobody noticed she was gone for over 24 hours. On Tuesday morning, a painter arrived to sketch the Mona Lisa. Seeing the empty wall, he asked a guard where it was. The guard literally shrugged and said, "Probably on the roof being photographed for marketing." When the museum finally realized it was a theft, the French government went into full meltdown. They closed the borders, searched departing trains, and fired the museum director. Overnight, international media picked up the story. Before the heist, most people outside of art circles had no idea what the Mona Lisa looked like. But now, her face was plastered on the front page of every newspaper from New York to London. And then, human psychology took over. When the Louvre reopened a week later, something unprecedented happened. Thousands of people lined up, not to see art, but to gawk at the empty space where the painting used to be. It was the world's first viral case of FOMO. Culturally, she became more important absent than she ever was present. For 2 years, the French police were completely clueless. They were so desperate they even arrested avant-garde poet Guillaume Apollinaire and interrogated a young rising painter named Pablo Picasso. Meanwhile, where was the most famous painting in the world? It was sitting in a fake-bottom wooden trunk inside a dirty, run-down apartment in Paris, right under Vincenzo Peruggia's bed. He used it as a makeshift footstool. In 1913, Peruggia decided it was safe to move. He traveled by train to Florence, Italy, and messaged an art dealer named Alfredo Geri. He offered to return the Mona Lisa to its rightful homeland for a modest fee. You see, Peruggia wasn't trying to be a rich criminal. He thought he was a national hero. He genuinely believed Napoleon Bonaparte had stolen the painting from Italy, and he was just taking it back. Except, he skipped history class. Leonardo da Vinci actually brought the painting to France himself and sold it legally to the French king in the 16th century. The art dealer, realizing what he was looking at, feigned excitement, left the hotel room, and immediately called the Italian police. Peruggia was arrested in his hotel room without a fight. In court, Peruggia was hailed as a patriot by the Italian public. He served just 7 months in prison. But his true crime wasn't theft. It was accidental, brilliant marketing. Before returning to Paris, the Mona Lisa went on a triumphant tour across Italy's biggest museums. Millions of people flocked to see it. By the time she was put back on the walls of the Louvre, she wasn't just a piece of Renaissance art anymore. She was a global celebrity. If Vincenzo Peruggia hadn't walked into that broom closet in 1911, the Mona Lisa might still be just another beautiful painting hidden in a quiet corner of the Louvre. It took a thief to give her a crown. What makes you think, is the most famous artwork in history actually famous for its beauty? Or are we all just participating in a 100-year-old media hype train? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe for more uncovered history, and I'll see you in the next one.